I'm Marc Terrill, President of the Associated Jewish Community Federation of Baltimore. Over the last decade of being at the Associated, it's been an incredible journey. There's been a number of different ups and, quite honestly, downs of what's going on in the world that has impacted nonprofits and impacted the Jewish world and Jewish life and just citizens of the world. So it's been an incredible ride of incredible learning experiences, and I think of achievement in bringing people together around a common cause. The Associated is organized in a very unique way where there's centrality in planning, in data collection, in fundraising, and we have 12 beneficiary agencies that literally serve the community and then some from birth to death. So we have agencies in terms of early life cycle, like the Jewish Community Centers of Greater Baltimore that has a preschool, it has athletic events, it has all different types of things. And on the other end of the spectrum, we have hospice services that are sponsored through Jewish Community Services and everything in between. So again, one of the things that has been difficult over the last 10 years has been the economy, and people have felt it in a major way. So whether that's with emergency cash assistance through Jewish Family Service, or it's vocational service, or even counseling. The system of agencies of the Associated, 12 of them locally, have been there to support the community. The annual campaign of the Associated closed at a little over $30 million this year. Now, having said that, our audience that we really fundraise from is essentially the Jewish community. So 93,000 Jews in Baltimore. We raise a little over $30 million, as I had said. Per capita, one thing that we're really very proud of is our federation, our nonprofit in the Jewish world, is the highest per capita giving of any nonprofit in the country. So 93,000 Jews that are basically contributing $30 million to the annual campaign, but then to other projects over and above, like capital improvements, like tsunami relief, like hurricane relief, like issues in Baltimore City, whatever it might be. So we have come a long way. In the last, I would say, 10 years, or 10 or 20, we've gone from 18 million to 22 million to 23 million, and so forth and so on. So we continue to go up. As a matter of fact, we are one of the only nonprofits, even after 2008, that continues to go up in our fundraising achievement. Having said that, we keeping pace with inflation and cuts that are happening in the public sector, which are just a reality of the day, keeps us on our toes. So even though we're going up, we can't rest on our laurels. We always are going to need more in terms of financial resources to take care of the issues that are at hand. The reason that I really pursued the Associated for my career development, I didn't grow up in Baltimore. I grew up in Miami, Florida. But I kept on hearing about this special place called Baltimore, where people really care deeply about community, about making a difference. And I have to tell you, just by luck or fate or whatever it was, I ended up being extended an invitation to come work in Baltimore, and I fell in love. So in terms of why a Jewish organization, it's completely aligned with my values of respect for the other, of emphasis on community, on education, on collaboration. And I don't think, now, I could work for many organizations in terms of my likes and the things that I would want to pursue, but the Associated is well suited for me because of its emphasis on collaboration, on innovation, on working with other faith-based communities and other nonprofits, and I just feel like I'm one of the luckiest people in the world to be doing what I'm doing. I've said on many occasions publicly, the secret sauce at the Associated is the volunteer and professional leadership. That we have incredibly bright people who are incredibly passionate and incredibly skilled. Having said that, we also have a process of nourishment, enrichment, and in building a person's portfolio so that when they reach a certain leadership position, they are prepared. We have young leadership that talks in their curriculum about fundraising, about meeting management, about building team. We have on that spectrum, the early on spectrum, to at the end of the spectrum, or towards the top of the spectrum, may I say, is where we have customized training and education and stewardship from one chair of the board to the next. So right now, the current chair of the board, who's in his last year of his term, we're starting to meet with an incoming chair of the board so that she understands the issues, the dynamics, the nuances, the politics, the personalities, the perspective, and is prepared to step into that role on July 1 with earnest and gusto.